Here's my full guide for the Kortz Center heist. Getting straight into it, the first thing you want to do is scope out the Kortz Center to see if you're able to get the buyer request items solo. This is necessary if you're trying to complete the Elite Challenge. If you're not bothered about the Elite Challenge, then don't worry about scoping. You can just get straight into the setups. The first of which is going to be the Alpha Male Disguise. This entry lets you get straight into the basement area through the loading bay, which will also let you see if the delivery truck with the best loot spawns in. This entry is also good if you're trying to do the heist full stealth, because if you do get caught by the lasers, it won't take you too long to get back to the same point after fully restarting the heist. The setup itself is not difficult at all. All you have to do is go into the warehouse, shoot this guard with a suppressed gun, walk into this room here, and shoot this guy doing push-ups. Afterwards, look around the room for the uniform hanging on the wall. Now there is a camera that looks around, just wait for it to turn away, then go up to the uniform and put it on, and make sure you put your weapon away if you're still holding one, because you will get caught. Come out of this room, make your way over here for the ID badge. After you have it, hop in the van and drive it to LS Customs. You have to do this while avoiding police, and then when you're done with that, just take it straight back to your mansion. Your second prep is the weapon loadouts. I always choose security as it always comes with a taser and it's much quicker than doing the military weapons. This setup is really simple, just go to the location, kill the guards, pick up the weapons and then take them back to your nearest mansion. The next prep is the access codes. So go to the location, blow up the guards, open this crate, pick up the drone, and take it to the vantage point. Once you're at the vantage point, deploy the drone and fly it into the vent. Once you're in the building, you gotta make your way over to one of the terminals and hack them. You probably won't get it first try. I mean, if you're lucky you will, but just keep going till you get one. I'd say try and stay undetected for this, but it's not a big issue if you don't. Once you've got the code and you've waited for it to download, go over to the server and self-destruct the drone. And that should be the end of the mission. Now, as soon as you finish this setup, what you want to do is call Raf on your phone to start the next setup, which is going to be the guard shipments disruption. When Raf tells you where to go to the location, kill all the guards, go inside of the building, blow up all of the supplies, be careful, 2 guards spawn at the entrance, kill them, and then download the thing from the laptop. Once you've downloaded the thing from the laptop, you will see 3 enemies on the map with target icons. Go up to them and then blow the 3 vans up, and that's the end of the setup. Now, setup number 5 is the guard routes. This will allow you to see all of the positions of guards and cameras when you're actually in the Kortz Center. Very, very useful. I don't really have to explain why. For this setup, all you want to do, call Raf again, start the guard routes, go to the location that's marked, find the police car that is unmarked, open the trunk, steal the tracker that is inside the trunk, and make your way over to the Kortz Center. Now, before you get there, you do want to try and lose the police, but even if you do get there before, just wait a bit and you'll lose them anyway. Plant them on this signal tower, and then fly away. Now, setup number 6 is going to be the hacking device. So once again, give Raf a call, start up the hacking device prep, make your way over to the marked location, kill the IAA agents, loot one of their bodies for the card. Now here you need to lose the police. After you've lost the police, you will need to go to one of the IAA facilities, so just make your way over to whichever one that is marked, kill the enemies there, go into the building, walk down the staircase, shoot this guard here, shoot the guard on the right, and come up to the laptop and hack the door open. Once you've got the door open, blast through all the enemies. Look for the hacking device, which can spawn on this table here. Now look for the exit door and wait till Raf stops speaking. After you leave this door, there will be a motorbike to the left or to the right or in the area. Just hop on that and drive through the sewer tunnel or the train tunnel, depends where you spawn. Once you make it out to the top, call in your Sparrow or any type of helicopter and take the hacking device back to your mansion. And finally, we are on the last setup, the getaway vehicles. Now, I always choose the Stealth Annihilator because it is just simple and it is just the easiest one to use. Just because when you do escape the Kortz Center, all you have to do is get in it and the fella flies you to the final destination and you end up losing the police just before you get there anyway. Now, once you arrive to Fort Zancudo, you're going to need to destroy 2 locks on either side of the large hangar. This is quite easy if you're using a vehicle with guided missiles. If not, just a couple rockets will do the same job. Now, once you've opened the lock and the hangar doors open, you need to look for the truck trailer. Now, for this section, you don't have to kill any of the security people. You could just spam snacks long enough to get into the truck. Once you are in the truck, drive to the Stealth Annihilator, hook it up, and get the fuck out of here before you get obliterated. I do recommend keeping the snacks menu up, at least until you're outside of the military base. Now from here it's pretty simple and straightforward, just follow the waypoint all the way up to the Sandy Shores airfield. Try and avoid the police when you get closer to the airfield, otherwise it's just going to take a bit longer to lose them. Now once you are at the Sandy Shores airfield and you have delivered the Stealth Annihilator, you will need to fly it down to the LS River. Now this part can be tricky, but for me I've had no issue so far. There will be jets flying around the area. They are all marked on your map so you can quite clearly see where they are and where their cones of visions are. What you want to do is just completely avoid them. Every time I do it, they open up a little path for me to just fly straight through, and I've never had any issues with it so far. Keep in mind, you also may want to put on the stealth mode for the Annihilator, as it does take the jets longer to see you if you do happen to get spotted by them. But once you've made it to the LS River, just land your helicopter in the zone, and that's the end of the setups. And now we are on to the heist finale, so let's go. Go ahead and hop in the Alpha Male van and drive straight up to the Kortz Center entrance tunnel. Once you arrive there, the cutscene of the guard asking for your ID will play, and once you spawn in, drive down to the end of this tunnel. Make sure you look to your right to see if you get this truck with the extra loot. If it does spawn in for you, just park your car in this spot, walk over here, and pick up this crowbar. Once you have the crowbar, make your way over to the truck with the loot and open up the crate. Once you've picked up the loot, come over here to pick up the loading bay keycard and make your way to this door, open it up. Now here's where you want to be extremely careful. Take out your suppressed weapon and start clearing the guards. You want to make sure that if there is a guard standing in another guard's cone of vision, you want to take them out really quickly. Now the glass here is not bulletproof, so you can just shoot the guy standing in the room fairly easily. Make sure you take out this guard at the end of the hall, otherwise he will spot the dead bodies. Once you have taken out the necessary guards, find the panel you can hack to gain access to this room. Now if you find this hack quite difficult, here is a little cheat sheet that you can use. There are only 4 different types of these fingerprint hacks, and they always have the same 4 combination of fingerprints, and once you know which ones correlate to which fingerprint, this hack becomes super duper easy. When the hack's done, make your way over here to the security terminal. From here you want to temporarily disable the cameras. After you've done this, make your way into this room, take out that guard, and enter the code Raf sends you into this computer, then make your way over to the laser room doors. Now here's the super tricky part. These lasers suck to get past. Now me personally, I find it easier to get through them in first person, since you can walk and move a bit quicker. Other than that, I don't really have any tips, other than just to watch what you can see on your screen. This is a different set of lasers which I was actually able to get through under 30 seconds for the Laser Fast Platinum Award. In my opinion, this set of lasers is most definitely the easiest, and I'll be honest, I just pray for these ones every time I do the Kortz Center heist. Now hopefully you got through the lasers undetected. Once you get to this point where you have to hack into the actual vault, this hack, which I've always found annoying, actually is quite simple for the Kortz Center. There is a little trick you can use if you're unable to get through this quite easily. So I would recommend just memorizing the first 3 dots that show up. If you look at the bottom right where it shows you your options, there is an option for an AI scramble. What this does is essentially just flashes the dots back on the screen just to help you remember which ones are the correct ones. So by remembering the first 3, then hitting AI scramble, you'll easily be able to fill in the last 3. Once you've finished with this hack, go on into the vault and walk up to your painting. Once you've successfully stolen and replaced it, make your way over to the entrance, and hit this green button to be let out. Once the vault closes, these doors will open. You want to go back into the CCTV room, back over to this computer, and wipe the footage. After you wipe the footage, you want to immediately go back onto it and temporarily disable the security cameras. Once you've done that, follow the path I'm taking, and then hack open this door to the staircase. Once you've got through this hack, make your way up the stairs and through this door here. Coming into the main gallery, you want to shoot the guard on the left. Then you want to shoot the guard straight ahead of him, and then this guard leaning on the rail here. This camera that moves left and right in the gallery can be turned off if you shoot the button on the 3rd floor. If you do shoot this button on the 3rd floor, 2 guards that usually spawn down where you deactivate the glass cabinets will not spawn. Now, speaking of the alarm that disables the cabinets, you definitely want to go ahead and disable it. Once you've disabled the alarm, feel free to start looting. Now, if your buyer request items are in these cabinets, go ahead and smash them, or go ahead and just find out wherever your buyer request items are. Keep in mind that if your buyer request items are in the special locked gallery upstairs, you will not be able to get these solo. You do need another player to get them. Now, from one of the guards you killed, they would have dropped the exhibition room keys. These are necessary to escape the building. When you're ready to leave, make your way up to this staircase and go all the way up. There will be 2 guards standing there, just go past them, and make sure you take out this camera so you don't get spotted. Now, you don't need to do this, but you can take out this guard here, and to leave the exhibition, just go through these doors right here. When you spawn on the balcony, turn left and follow this route. You want to make sure you take out this guard standing right here, walk up to the staircase, climb over it so the camera doesn't spot you, and then slowly make your way to the top. There is another guard waiting, just take him out, go up this staircase, and enter your stealth annihilator. From here, the heist is basically over. The pilot will automatically fly to the final destination. While flying, you will lose the police. Once the pilot drops you off, just run over to Alec, and that's the end of the heist. If you made it to the end of this guide, thank you. And, why not follow, right?